What's going on, guys? Clocky clocking in. Got another deck for you. Pikachu's back. That's right. If you've been wanting to play Pikachu again, now's as good a time as any. This deck's a ton of fun. It is largely doing in parts of these elemental switches that Pikachu's doing better again. Pikachu is from Genetic Apex, from the Pikachu packs, obviously. And then you can get Zeraora. This is the promo one, actually, but you can get Zeraora from... I'll make sure you guys know where we get all these cards from, because that's a lot. Extra Dimensional Crisis. Pichu's in the new packs. It's in the Lugia packs. Pachirisu, I believe, is in the Dialga packs. And then we got a bunch of other cards here you can get. These are from Space and Time, Dialga and Palkia, Space Time Smackdown. The Electrical Cord, I believe, is from Extra Dimensional as well. Yeah. Cyrus is from Dialga, or Palkia, actually. And then Sabrina is from Charizard packs. Yeah, so a lot of different cards from a lot of different packs. This Pikachu, it loves to go first, loves to go second. I've seen some people run this deck with like 2 Pichu. I'm gonna be honest, it's nice to have the baby Pokemon, but like too many of them, and I'm just kind of sitting with like too many baby Pokemon and then like a Zeraora. So I'm okay with having Zeraoras, but I'm not okay with pulling like 2 baby Pokemon. So I limited it to 1. And then we've got a Sabrina, Cyrus for our supporters outside of Professor's Research. This deck goes fast. You want to win quickly with this deck. I was playing it the other day. It actually does really well in ranked. You'd be surprised. It actually prefers to go first too, which is funny. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to play all of our basics that we have here. It's a pretty good set, actually. We're going second as well. Like I said, this deck actually likes going first. The main reason for that is if you can pull an elemental switch fast enough, you're doing some crazy damage. A lot of decks right now that are popular like to build energy, and they can do it quickly, but this deck in particular hits fast. It doesn't need to build too long. Like, it literally just needs 1 turn to build some energy, and then you're off to the races. It's so good. Elemental Switch has done so much for fire, water, and electric decks. I will say water decks are still kind of lacking right now in the meta. There's not really a whole lot of options, unfortunately, for water. I feel like fire and electric are really good, but water's still kind of lacking. So I'm hoping, you know, in the future we get some options, but we'll see. We'll research first here. Since we're going second, we don't need to worry about building too much energy, but we will probably play this other Zeraora here. I don't think we play Pichu. Don't really need it, but we'll play both Zeraora, might as well. I imagine the opponent has a Ilima, so we're probably gonna have to suffer through that for a turn. What is this? Okay. I was wondering how Moltres worked. It's been a minute since I've seen Moltres. It only works for benched fire Pokemon, so I guess it's for Ho-Oh? I don't know, but next turn we're hitting for 90 damage. And like I said, you can do some crazy stuff if you go first, especially since there's a lot of like popular EV decks right now. It cooks to play this deck against a lot of the popular EV decks. If you go first and you can pull Zeraora and Elemental Switch, your next turn they won't have evolved their EV yet in the front. You're doing 90 damage. Or if you're starting with Pachirisu, you're doing 80. As long as you can pull a tool as well. And you'd be surprised, you can pull that stuff pretty easily, so... We're gonna rock it. I think what we do here, honestly, is we Sabrina. Because if they have an Ilima, they're just gonna pull this Lugia away, and that's like wasted damage, right? So I think we Sabrina here. Because then they have to pull something forward. Whether it's their Moltres or their Ho-Oh. They probably pull the Moltres forward. But they can't get rid of the damage on it, and we have a Cyrus. So it's good that we get some damage on this thing early. So I think we just Circle Circuit here. It takes 110 damage, too. Like I said, in the deck intro, this deck likes to hit fast. It doesn't hit hard. So if you're not hitting hard, then, you know, or hitting fast, I should say, you're going to fall behind. This deck definitely likes to hit harder than faster. I'll have to see how this goes. I'm not really too worried about this, though. He's just kind of getting to the point where he can build up enough energy with Lugia, or Ho-Oh, I mean. I don't know. You just, like, he'd be in a way better spot right now if he had run Lugia. Or if he had run like a baby Pokemon instead of Moltres EX. I feel like he's in a weird spot now. But I guess it did survive, so that's good for them. Even better for us, though, is how much damage we're putting out here. So I guess we'll swing We could retreat our Pikachu here, honestly. Oh, well, I screwed up. Honestly, switching into the Zeraora wouldn't be a bad idea here just to keep our Pikachu alive. We didn't do that, though. Wouldn't have been a bad idea. Don't get me wrong. They still have to. The thing is, though, I think we win. Because they still have to swing with the Ho-Oh to build enough energy on the Lugia, and then we have Cyrus to pull it forward, so... We'll probably to get cards out of our hand, because we don't want them to get rid of our Cyrus. I bet you get Mars here. But you got Mars, don't you? You look like somebody that's got Mars in their hand. Is that Mars in your hand, or are you happy to see me? Oh, silver, even worse. That's okay. We could get it right back. Never know. It could happen. We want to do some good damage here, though, for sure. I think we could pivot now, honestly, because we still do 70 damage with Zeraora. So it wouldn't be the worst idea in the world, because they have to do like multiple Phoenix Turbos to knock out, like, if they knock out one Zeraora, it's not a big deal. And we got an elemental switch. I think what we do here is we retreat. Even if we get like Cyrus, it's not a big deal. But I think we start attacking here with Lightning Claw. We're still doing 70 damage. So we do 110 with Pikachu. We do 100 with Pachirisu. There's a couple Rocky Helmets that are in the deck. I prefer Rocky Helmets in this deck, honestly, to Giant Capes, because the Giant Capes don't really help us clear a lot of, like, I want to say, like, attacks that do a lot of damage right in the meta right now. Like, yeah, I could Giant Cape Pikachu or Pachirisu, but then they have 140. And, like, if they're running Giratina and they happen to have, like, you know, Giovanni or Red, you know, we're not in a good spot. He's going to pivot here, but when he pivots, he's going to use one attack, though. And then he has to pivot back to the Ho-Oh eventually is the thing. Okay, but he still has to build energy on that Ho-Oh fast enough for it to do anything. Before we get our Cyrus is the other thing, too. So I'll probably swing into the other Zeraora here, if I had to guess. And that way, if we get Sabrina'd... The thing is we have to be very careful of... Well, let's just get Cyrus top deck. Okay, well... Okay. Because the thing is, we have to hope they don't have Cyrus. I mean, even if they have Cyrus... I think we'll do this. I think we do this for fun. And then I think we just hit him with it. We didn't get Cyrus. If we can pull Cyrus here eventually, that'd be great. Have we already used both Professor Research? We have not. They've used both already. If we could get red card anytime soon, that would be glorious. If we had gotten red card any earlier, it probably would have been in a way better spawn. But unfortunately, we are where we are. So I'm assuming they don't have Cyrus. Oh yeah, to get Lugia out of the way, they'd have to Illuma. Oh, I didn't even think of that. That's actually pretty funny. So they have to go into the Ho-Oh that can't attack right now. Do they have Elemental Switch? If they do, they're in a pretty good spot. If they don't, they're in a bad spot. They probably do. But they still had an Illuma to do that, though. Do they not have Elemental Switch is the question. We really need Cyrus next turn. Do. Well, they can't Cyrus this turn. So we're in a decent spot. We might just attack again, too. We still clear. We still clear. We're okay. Just top deck Cyrus. Duh. Doy. Oh, man. Nothing. Okay, well, we'll put that on there just to, like, tempt them. Tempt fate, if you will. And then I guess... I mean, like, we could retreat the Zeraora into the healthy Pikachu EX, but then it's just going to get one tapped by this Lugia here, so... I think we just have to hope and pray that they don't have Cyrus. They probably do, though. This has been a good match, though. This is a good example of how this deck can suffer in the long game. We had our answer, though. We just happened to get it pulled away is the only thing. I imagine next turn we probably pull, like, Professor's Research, which doesn't help. Who knows, though? I mean, they can only pop off once. And now we have another Pikachu EX to set up. And they probably think we don't have any more basics, but we have Pichu. I didn't run two Pichus in this deck because... Oh, what are we doing? Why? Are we getting flexed on right now? Because they have Cyrus or something? Kind of a... Oh my god, we win! Do they not know about weaknesses? They probably don't. They're probably betting on us not having... The thing is, though, we have Pachirisu. They're like betting on us not having another basic, but we do. But we also have Pachirisu, which does 80 damage with a tool. I don't think they thought. We have Pichu, though. Like, we would have done 110 anyway. But I don't think they were aware of this having... doing 80 damage here. Maybe they don't know how to read cards. We won, though. That was pretty sick. We ended up playing pretty well there. We definitely would have suffered into a Cyrus there, for sure. Or, like, a Sabrina there would have been pretty bad, too. Sabrina would have messed us up. But hey, Pikachu's back. Hey, if you guys are enjoying the video, make sure you guys like and subscribe. It helps me out a ton, helps my family out a ton, and I'd appreciate it a bunch. Thank you. This looks like it could be a bad hand, but I think it's a good hand. So we have to really hope, if we can get Zeraora here, we're in such a good spot. And I think we even play a tool, probably the Rocky Helmet, to make them think we don't have anything else in our hand, but we have a second tool. So we could be in a really good spot here. This depends. All right. Okay. We like going against this deck, actually, believe it or not. Let's see how we play here. Red card doesn't help us at all here. We really need Zeraora, please. Okay, well, we got Pichu. That's not the best, but it's not the worst either. We could play Rocky Helmet here, and then they might Sabrina us, which would, like, kind of help us out a little bit, not gonna lie. I think we do that, though. That way, if they do happen to get... like, I don't know. I'm kind of hoping we get Sabrina here. It'd be kind of a waste of Sabrina, in my opinion. Unfortunately, we didn't get Zeraora. We pulled the one Pichu we have in this deck, which is rough. So we're not going to get to build any energy. We don't take any damage, though, so that's good. But we're not off to the races as fast as we'd like to be. That doesn't do anything for me. We're just going to do this, I think, for now. And then we'll hold on to our cards. There's not really any reason to, like... We don't have to worry about Guzzlord happening right now, unless they're, like... I mean, they could, like, potentially, like... You wouldn't want to do this, but you could retreat with Poipole into Guzzlord and then Lusamine that energy. Well, you can do it now, I guess, right? Because you don't have any points. Never mind. Oh, they're going to hit us with the Celesteela wall. Okay. I'm not against that. And Poison Barb. Well, we have Sabrina, so we're okay. I think they know what they're doing here, but in fact, we get a knockout next turn, so I'm okay with it. They'll probably give us the Poipole, though. I can't imagine they give us the Celesteela again, though. Like, they'll have enough energy to attack with something, so they're not going to give us Celesteela a second time, so I think we're in a good spot. Another Pokeball. Give me Pikachu. Okay, well, at least you listened that time. All right, we'll do this, and then we'll do this, and then we'll do this. They'll probably give us... I can't imagine they give us Guzzlord. But whatever they do give us is getting knocked out, unless it's Guzzlord. I can't believe they're giving us Guzzlord. This is kind of a bad move. I don't know if they understand that we also have Cyrus. So if we can get another basic Pokemon and Cyrus, there's no way we can do that next turn, though. But the potential would be there, I'm just saying. We have Elemental Switch. A lot of electric Pokemon have 1 retreat cost, and a lot of these Pokemon have 2 energy attack moves, Pachirisu and Pikachu, and Zeraora. So when they retreat, they still have an energy on them, and then you can retreat into something else that only has 1 energy on it, and then you can use Elemental Switch to move energy around. Elemental Switch has, like, changed the game for this, these few cards. Like, some of these cards were okay, but, like, I don't know, Elemental Switch makes it so you have so many options. It's so much fun. We don't do a lot right now with Pikachu is the thing. I think what we might consider doing, it sounds silly, but we might just retreat into something else. I wonder if they're, like, thinking, I don't know what they're thinking so hard about right now. They can't do anything. Another Elemental Switch is awful. I guess we'll just put an energy on Pikachu for now. And I think we swing. The thing is, nothing knocks us out next turn. So I think we just have to start swinging. Because this Celesteela is going to be going down here soon at some point. And I don't know what What else to do here? I run red card in this instead of Mars because, like I said earlier, this deck wants to win early. So Mars wouldn't really help us very much because if we're already 2 points down, I don't know if Mars helps us much when it does. Red card is more for like, I don't know, like early game, I guess. And there's a lot of Sylveon stuff too. Heck, we could even play it now, probably. We're okay here. We could retreat even. I think we do. Because we can knock him out this turn with Pikachu. And then Guzzlord comes out, I guess, is the thing. Oh, another Pachirisu is fun. So there's a couple things we have to think about here. Guzzlord coming out and smacking us for 120 damage is very possible next turn. It might not happen, but it could. I think we red card here. We could also switch to our other Pachirisu. Let's do that. You guys want to have some fun? This is what I was talking about earlier. This is the beauty of this whole set, right? So we're going to do this to switch into a Pachirisu EX. We're going to give it a giant cape. We are going to give it an energy. And then we're going to use elemental switch to take the energy off our Pachirisu that like could get Cyrused and put it onto the Pachirisu here. Bam, look at that. And we have 140 health. So if they want to try to hit us with Tyrannical Hole, they need red as well. Which means they can't heal with like Pokemon Center Lady. So if they have like a giant cape or something, they can clear. But I imagine they don't. They probably run more of the poison things, you know. So we're in a pretty good spot, I'd say. Yeah. Okay. If they keep the Celesteela in, we'll just smack it. And we'll take the poison damage and they can knock us out with Guzzlord, but they really need to heal it soon. If we pull Cyrus right here, we win, by the way. We just need Cyrus. As long as they don't heal. I can't imagine they have giant cape. It's probably 2 of the poison points. I don't know this deck list very well. I haven't run this Guzzlord. I, for the longest time, couldn't pull 2 Guzzlord EXs, so I've never really built a Guzzlord EX deck. They're good, though. Guzzlord EX is a good card, for sure. It's a good deck. This is one of the, you know, I actually like going against the Ultra Beast decks. They're fun. Oh, okay, so he sent up the second one. So he's not going to try healing the other one. That's good. Give me Cyrus, please. What about now? What if I do this? We still have red card. Have they, like, pulled stuff? They've used 2 Pokeballs. Okay, well, that's kind of rude. I'm not going to lie. So we attack here, and then... God, we just have to hope, don't we? Because we're going to get Tyrannical Hold. Man, we really have to hope we get what we're looking for, don't we? Because then we get Cyrus, probably, and we lose. Because this Pachirisu gets Cyrused. You know what we could do? You guys want to do another, like, Rochambeau here? Let's do this. Here. Let's do this. We're going to swap again. This sounds stupid, but trust me, they make sense because we get knocked out next turn by poison, but not that soon, right? So we're gonna do this elemental switch here real quick. Do one of these. I don't know if this is good enough for our energy costs. I'm tempted to red card here because they're playing like they have Lusamine. So if we red card here, we might get rid of it. I don't know. We'll see. They only have 3 cards, so we'll have to see what we give them here. And then I think we do Sparking Gadget here. We'll take some poison, but that's okay. That's all right. At the very least, if we don't pull Cyrus next turn, the thing is too, we also, man, I'll have to see how this plays out. They also don't have any way to pivot now either. Whatever they put in now, unless they have another Celesteela I just gave them, which, you know, is possible. You know? So they're going to grindcore me here? It doesn't matter either way. They probably won't even attack. But now they can't. We'll have to see. Okay, we did give them Lusamine. That's okay, because I think they already had it. Oh, they've only lost 1 energy. Because we knocked out their Celesteela and didn't have any energy on it. Ooh. Does he attack here with Grindcore? I mean, he could. We won! I don't know how. I don't know what he thought was going to happen after that. We'd bring in the Pachirisu and do 80 damage. Well, we wouldn't have been able to do 80 damage. We didn't have any energy on it. We moved it off. But for some reason, they gave us the win. So, I'll take it. Oh, dude, going first. Okay, this is such a good start going first. Okay, we have to hope they don't know what we're doing here. And if we get 2-0, it won't even matter. All right. All right. You guys ready for the best part of this deck? This deck is going to cook so hard here, guys. We love going against Giratina Darkrai decks, believe it or not. I think we research first, and then we'll Pokeball. Well, there's not really a specific basic we're looking for here? I think Zeraora is honestly the most specific one we're looking for. Okay. I guess we'll do this. And then we'll play the other Pikachu EX. I think. The reason why we'll do this is if we get if they hit us with a Sabrina here, all we have to do is pivot to the other Pikachu EX. And we're good, so. Next turn, we're hitting 90 damage, which is crazy. This deck, like, used to hate going first. This deck was awful at going first. It just was terrible. No one had any fun playing this deck first. But now this deck, it's really good at going first. Oh, man. I imagine they have to build the Giratina in the back, but, I mean, we hit so fast, I don't think it's going to matter. I really think they're in for a wild ride. Because they have to be able to pull this Giratina EX pretty fast, too. All right, so energy. And then we take some energy from the Zeraora. Yoink. I think we hold off on putting anything tool-wise onto this. Oh, you know what we could do? I think we Sabrina here. Because then we get rid of a Froakie. And then what are they going to do? Put the Giratina out front? If this is the Greninja Giratina deck, it doesn't run Leaf. It only runs 2 Cyrus. That's about it. Oh boy, here we go. Perfect Sabrina there, I think. All right. Dude, we're cooking. This deck loves going against decks that take a minute to build energy. It's like, oh, it's so good. If the deck takes forever to build energy, this deck is like cooking. It's so good. I love it. They already have Greninja. I kind of figured because they didn't give us the Froakie. But now they're not going to have anything that really does a whole lot of damage that scares us. Greninja can do 80. Oh my god, they're just going to give us the Greninja? Why would you do this? You only do 80 damage next turn. You don't do enough to knock us out. Are you going to pull the Zeraora? Why? I can do it now? Oh my god, this is such a... I don't know what they're planning on doing here. This is so silly on their part. Because, like, it doesn't really, like, benefit them very much to... You know what? We'll put the helmet, I think, on the Zeraora. If they want to pull it so bad, they can have it. There you go. I guess do that. I don't really care if they knock it out. They're so behind on energy, too. It's not even funny. Like, they'll have to put an energy on this Greninja if they want to attack with it. They're stumbling. That's why I love this deck. You're making people go, whoa, wait a second. I gotta get this card. I gotta get that card. Hold on, wait. hold on. It's so good. Hey, see, now he's just gonna let the Greninja get sacked. This was such a dumb move on their part. Why did they do this? Oh my god. What are they doing? Are they... Okay, so now they're gonna look for Sylveon. They're pivoting so hard, though. They're scrambling. So this Giratina won't even be able to attack next turn either. So if they didn't pull Sylveon here, oh no. They're in a really rough spot. Because I don't know what they pull next. They have water energy. Oh, and we have Cyrus, so we just win. How'd they know? We would have attacked the Eevee there, and then they would have brought forward, I don't know, the Giratina probably, but then we would have Cyrused the hurt Giratina forward and won. Dude, Pikachu is back. I'm loving this. This is such a good deck. We're going first again, which we actually like doing. As long as we can pull Zeraora, that's kind of the big thing about this deck. The Pichu is in there in case we happen to pull it and something else instead of Zeraora. We can build energy using that Pichu instead. But I don't like I said earlier, I don't like having too many babies. Sometimes you got too many babies and they're not doing, you know, they're doing a little too much, you know. I think we just play both Pikachu EXs for now. Unfortunately, we didn't get Zeraora, but that's okay. We're going against a Bulbasaur deck. We could put an electrical cord here. I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing. They started Bulbasaur. We would be in such a good spot right now. Still be in such a good spot. If we could actually attack this turn, but we can't. The turn coming up. You can see how well it worked against the Giratina deck. Like I said, a lot of decks in the meta right now love taking their time. And this deck is like, no. No, I'm hitting you for 90 damage this turn. And if you don't like that, that's tough. We'll do research here. Elemental Switch doesn't do anything for us. Red card does, though. Red card does. I think we red card him here. We could put a tool on, but we're super likely to pull a tool back if we get like Mars to red carded here. So I think we just sit on, well, yeah, let's put on Electrical Cord. We're not like gonna get knocked out or anything this turn, but I'm not against throwing it on. Just make them waste like a Guzma or something. They don't know. We have a cape, but we'll rock this for now. I honestly think Sparking Gadget is probably, or the Electrical Cord, I think is the play for this. I mean, Rocky Helmet would probably be better, and that's probably the card I'm going to pull here in a second, but that's okay. Did we give them another research and a Pokeball? We did. That's crazy. This is interesting. I assume this is Venusaur. He hits us for 40 this turn, but we have to wonder if he's got like rare candy in here, or if it's just Ivysaur. Oh, but he can't attack this turn. And he doesn't knock us out this turn either, unless they have red, which would be interesting. 220 health is insane. This is probably one of our weaknesses, honestly, is going against a deck like this that has like this much energy. We might lose pretty hard here. I still think we clock him with 80 damage off of Sparking Gadget, though. And then we have to hope we can pull another basic Pokemon to build up Pikachu EX. The thing is, though, man, this thing is going to hit. Well, it's only going to hit for 60 next turn. I just remembered. So we don't need to have to worry about red next turn. Oh, Sabrina. Then they'd have to give us a card. But we have to do so much damage to this Venusaur. I think we wait on Sabrina. No, we want to do Sabrina now because we want a threat taken out now. Like, now. We want to either take out the Bulbasaur or the Shaman. Okay, so they're not going to give us the Shaman. So now we only have to worry about dealing with one Venusaur instead of two. Which I'm, like, totally fine with. That's fine. I'm okay with that. They probably run two Shaman, I bet you. That's okay, though. So now we just have to beat down this Venusaur EX, and that's it. Do we think they have, like, how many Ericas do you think they have? Plus, they've used all of their researches, so they're not, this is all the cards they have in their hand right now. So they probably have an Erica. They don't knock out Pikachu, though. Does Pikachu do enough damage in time, though? That's the thing. I don't know. We'll have to find out. We did pull another basic, by the way, so we're in a pretty decent spot. We can also pivot a couple times with Pikachu EX and stuff, too, so I think we do this, and then we pray. This is going to be rough. This thing heals itself pretty well. It heals for 40 damage every turn off Shaman and its move. Oh, no, make that 50. I don't think we knock this thing out. Dang, I was worried about that. But if I, Sabrina at any, I don't know. The Sabrina I don't regret at all. This thing's going to stay alive. I don't think it's going down. The thing is, too, we don't do enough damage to it is the problem. I doubt it runs... red card. That doesn't really affect us too much. We kind of want the Giant Cape back, though. That's pretty much the same hand. Honestly, the Rocky Helmet I prefer. I prefer the Rocky Helmet. Because I don't think they run red. Now they're already back to 190 health. This is fun. Hey, if I lose against this deck, props to the person who made this deck. It's a good deck. Okay. We have 2 points, so if they hit us with Sabrina, we have to go into the other Pikachu. Okay, so we do have... We'll just play this Zeraora. No, we'll play the Pachirisu, because it has more potential. And then we'll put an energy on it, too. Oh, man, but then... No, we'll do this now. I'm afraid we're going to get it with Sabrina, but then they're not healing. I mean, they're healing for 50 damage a turn. It's crazy. But now they're taking 20 damage when they hit us. And we get to retreat and attack again with a Pikachu. So we do get to use each of our rodents. If they don't have like Cyrus or anything, we should be in a decent spot, but we'll see. God, we have to wait every turn for them to hit these buttons. The thing is, they might not have anything in their hand. They could have like Ivysaur and like Venusaur. Oh my God, they have Erica. They're top decking everything they need. Oh no, there's no way we win. That we don't do enough damage fast enough. If they hadn't top decked the Erica, we'd be good. Do they run Cyrus? I don't know. I'm not sure. I don't know. The thing is, we kind of have to hope a bunch of things happen here, right? We have to hope we don't get knocked out here. This pivot we do. They probably have Cyrus. I don't know. I don't think we do enough damage fast enough is the thing. They heal for 50, so let's say they don't have another Erica. They probably do. So they heal they'll go back to up 100 for, oh my god, they have Lily. This this deck, dude. So they run like 2 Ericas, 2 Lilies, 2 Shaymins, 2 Bulbasaurs, 2 Venusaurs. So they got really lucky off the top deck with the Rare Candy and Venusaur. If they hadn't gotten that, they would have probably lost. Dang. Well, and also if we had gotten the Zeraora, we would have already done 90 damage to this thing like way sooner. Dang. We just lose. That's crazy. So they probably have 2 Erica and 2 Lily. That's insane. You just can't do enough damage to this thing to win. That's insane. There's not really another Pokemon that we have here either that really does a whole lot. We also didn't get a tool back, by the way, which is kind of rough. The Rocky Helmet, I know. I was like, maybe I wait to put it on Pachirisu, but I knew I had 2 turns to pull another tool, and we have like, I think we have 2 other tools in the deck, so I figured, I don't know, we would have pulled one by now, but we didn't end up pulling it. That's okay. We just lose next turn. This was an interesting deck to play against, though. I'm so happy to show this match. I'll show it. This is fun. This deck is like our antithesis. Like, this is the deck that, like, oh man, definitely beats us for sure. You know, we don't do nearly enough damage. We don't like. It's funny. I'm trying to think of like what does this deck hate? This deck hates Charizard EX. Like Stokezard clears this thing regardless of how much it heals, because you do 170 damage with Charizard. There's no way you can heal up enough to like tank another one. You would just be dead. So I appreciate it works against a deck like mine for sure. Where it's like this rush down thing. I swear to God, if you hit the Shaman buttons, I'm conceding. Okay. I'm like, the Erica was enough. All right. Sometimes people just be hitting buttons for no reason, just for fun. That was, hey, I'm sure this person's so happy right now. This is probably the first time this deck has worked for them. Or maybe they're winning a ton with it. I don't know. But that deck, you have to have a lot to go, right? Because I'm assuming it's 2 Ericas, 2 Lilies. You got 2 Bulbasaur lines with Rare Candy. Probably no Ivysaur. 2 Shaman. Oh man, that, like I said, like you go against one Charizard, you're just done. You can't win. if they get a Charizard up fast enough, which they will, you know, you're done. You're so done. The biggest thing about that deck too is energy generation, but they just happen to go against our deck, which like it hates that deck. That's so funny. I love that they won that though. That was they top decked everything they needed too, but that's probably because they had like 4 cards that healed them that they could pull at any minute. So they just happened to get super lucky, but also, you know, they filled their deck with healing cards, I'm sure. So, and that was a ton of fun. I had a blast with this deck. I hope you guys check it out. Pikachu's back. It works. Elemental Switch makes this deck so much fun with Zeraora. And, you know, Pichu's in there too to help generate energy if you happen to pull it first turn. You could run 2 Pichus. If you're like, I want to run 2 Pichus, you can I would get rid of probably Red Card. You know, Red Card usually has value, but not always. So if you got rid of Red Card, I would keep the Sabrina and the Cyrus, though. I think those are super important, in my opinion. There's a lot of games that I've won thanks to those 2 cards with this deck. So definitely use Sabrina and Cyrus, but it's a fun deck. I hope you guys had a ton of fun watching. And this is Clocky, clocking out. I'll see you around.